Landis, Rabbi, my Rosh Yeshiva, Windsor, chairman of our board, and good friend and mentor, Steve Lieberman. My wonderful friend, Rabbi J. Moses, always instructs the bride and groom when they're standing under the chuppah to look around the room and take it all in. Thank God I'm already married to my incredible and beautiful wife, Rachel. But in a sense, this moment is a little bit like a wedding, married to an incredible and beautiful institution. So I'm looking around and I'm breathing deeply, and I hope everyone is doing the same at this moment. I can't tell you how much I love my experience as a rabbi at Anshe Shalom for 18 years, and we had a wonderful send-off, but never had an installation at my shul. And now I understand it's amazing, but it's so humbling. And it's so difficult to think that anyone can stand up to this incredible praise. But I want to be grateful, and I am grateful to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to God, who has brought us all here, and I know is right here with us, celebrating with us, as it were. And I'm so grateful to Rachel, and Shayna, and Kara, and Judah, and Gideon, who have allowed Hashem to bring me here. And I'm grateful to my entire family for their love and support. We are all so grateful to an incredible founder, an incredible dreamer, a person who can turn with God's help and has turned with God's help a dream into something concrete and real. A rabbi with infinite courage, trust, and love, Rabbi YCT. And of course, I'm grateful to Toby and to Dove and the entire family. It's a difficult position, as one of my friends mentioned, to be the president with a Rosh Yeshiva like Rav Linzer, to be in some ways, I don't want to say the boss of the Rosh Yeshiva, but it's a difficult position. But I must say, with Linzer, you have inspired me, you have taught me, you continue to teach me. And I am so grateful. Rachel and I met you with Dvorah and your kids in Chicago before you even started here. And I am so excited to begin this position, to be mentored and led by you. As Rabbi mentioned, and so many have mentioned, the incredible Rabbi at Yeshivat Chovevei Torah, our faculty, and everyone in this room. You are people Rachel and I learned from, admire, cherish through the years, or you are amazing people that we look forward to getting to know and admire in the years ahead. And may Hashem only give us more opportunities to come together to celebrate at Smachot. So as our daughter Shayna says frequently in imitating me, let's learn Torah! And that's the vision of Yeshivat Chovevei Torah, of our open and modern Orthodox yeshiva. Take Torah and learn it everywhere. Teach it everywhere. Share it. Grow together with it. Everywhere. That's not left or right. It's not Litvish or Hasidish, normalish. It's not the exclusive idea of any denomination or community. It's basic Yiddishkeit. It's our collective Jewish vision. At Yeshivat Chovevei Torah, we have always and will continue to take this vision and instill it in our Talmidim, our students, so that we produce Orthodox rabbis who can't wait to open the doors of the yeshiva and burst into the world. Rabbis who are open to the world, caring about Jews and Gentiles and every creature of God. Orthodox rabbis who are at their core mentioning. Students who can bring Torah everywhere in this world and can learn from the world at the same time. And that Torah might be in a hospital in Los Angeles or Haifa, supervising Jewish or Christian or Muslim clergy. The Torah might go to a shul in New Jersey or Helsinki. We mentioned Nairobi so many times, so we're going to Helsinki or New Orleans or a new community in Seattle or an old restored community in Baltimore. Maybe a school that is traditional or Orthodox or pluralistic. A Jewish camp in Hungary or a Jewish farm in San Diego. A conference in Davos, Switzerland or at the White House. Or a minyan for Rosh Hashanah at Rikers Island Penitentiary. Or a senior living center in any community where one of our students sits patiently with an elderly gentleman to hear their story and to learn Torah from their lives. Torah cannot be trapped. It must be brought out, released to the world. Torah wants to be free and open and enjoyed by everyone. Yes, parts of our lives are private and need to be nurtured and protected and held tight and close. But Torah is powerful. It's fire. It never becomes impure. And Torah can withstand the challenges of the modern world and the postmodern world, as the Sridei Eish has written, as Mark Shapiro said. It thrives when it's released and shared and struggled with and questioned. Our divinely revealed Torah grows by opening up the Torah discussion. And we discover more and more in every generation what Hashem was really saying at Sinai so many years ago. The Torah finds itself when it's opened up. So, as I look at the Sfat Emet, which was quoted by our Rosh Hashiva, and which Rabbi Avi Weiss so wisely chose to entrust to me for my care and learning, let's take a look at what the Ger Rebbe says on this week's Parsha. Say Teva. The Torah says, get out of the ark. Go out of the ark. And the Sfat Emet quotes the pasuk, "Hotziah mimasger nafshi lodot et shimcha." Free my soul from the prison, mimasger lehodot et shimcha, to praise and thank your name. And the Sfat Emet says, "Ki aguf umalbush rasiyah nechase or neshama v'pnimiyut." The physical body, the clothing and Art, please, Rav Art, forgive me, and we have all these experts on Sfat Emet, but you'll speak to Rav Art Green afterwards, or to Kranzler, or to Rav Avi, or all the experts on Sfat Emet. But to me it seems that Sfat Emet is saying, Agufu malbush rasiyah, mechaser or neshama, that we have all these things that close us in, that block us in. Ach yesh zmanim sheniftachim asher hashamayim, but then there are those times that the gates of heaven open, ve'az gam lamata niftach libo pnei ha'adam, and then below the hearts of people can open up. People ha'oskim ba'avodat habori yiparach, people that are working on the holy matters of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Torah should not be the thing that closes us in, that is closed. Torah should be the thing that opens us up, that opens the gate. Sheshit Yemei Amasa Yisagor, the gates of the temple were closed 6 days of the week. But on a day like Shabbat, they were opened. And that's a day that we have to celebrate every time we learn Torah. Torah needs to be open. And that's the vision of our modern and open Orthodox yeshiva. But as Professor Mark Shapiro said, it's not just our yeshiva. There is that incredible model a century and a half ago in the Orthodox Berlin Seminary, founded by Rav Azriel Hildesheimer. And I had to have a little bit of fun because we have Rabbi Dr. David Ellenson, the expert in 19th century Orthodox German thinking and history, and we have the expert in 20th century Orthodox German thinking and history in Mark Shapiro. So, in front of both of you, let's talk about that Berlin Seminary, founded by Rav Azriel Hildesheimer. And I remember talking about this a long time ago when Mark and I were in Oxford. In the back of the bus, we were arguing about this all the way from London to Oxford, and everyone, the British, were shushing us and quiet. They couldn't stop us. So what does Professor Ellenson write about the Berlin Seminary? So let's open up this book that I've been reading in shul. Sorry, the last couple of days. Beautiful book called by David Ellenson, After Emancipation, Jewish Religious Responses to Modernity. Hildesheimer, Professor Ellenson writes, was determined that graduates of his seminary not work in exclusively Orthodox institutions, but that they relate to the broader Jewish community as well. Graduates of the Rabbiner Seminar, in accordance with the philosophy of its founder, Hildesheimer, Rav Avi, generally chose to serve as Orthodox rabbis within the structure of Einheitsgemeinden, unified communal organizations. Unified communal organizations. At Chovevei Torah, we are so excited to be producing committed Orthodox rabbis. But these are open, modern Orthodox rabbis that want to get out. They want to get out to the entire world. That don't want to be closed. That don't want to be sealed. That want to spread Torah everywhere because Torah is so incredible. How can we hold it back? And in fact, since I now I'm the trustee for the Sridei Eish, for the wonderful work of the last Rosh Hashiva of the Berlin Seminary, Rahil Yaakov Weinberg. Let me read for 1 minute from Volume 2. Just happen to have this. It is a very famous tshuva on Kol Isham, a voice of women, which actually has been recently supported even more by Lichtenstein. You can read an article in Tradition magazine. Rav Aaron Soloveitchik used to quote this tshuva all the time. But I want to quote one part of it, where he talks, the Sridei Eish, talks about Yadua Masha Siper Hagon Moreno Rav Yisrael Salanter. It's well known what the great giant of Musar, Rav Yisrael Salanter, Zitzal, said when he came back from Germany. B'shuvo me'Ashkenaz. B'sham Yizdamen, and there he spent a little bit of time in Germany. Imagon at Tzadik Rav Azriel Hildesheimer Zitzal. He spent some time with this great founder of the Berlin Seminary in the 19th century, Rav Azriel Hildesheimer. V'ra'a oto martza shiurim, and he saw him giving classes which were not acceptable, would not have been acceptable, that kind of Torah to that audience back in Lithuania. And this is what Rav Yisrael Salanter said. And let's listen to this for courage. If one of the Lithuanian rabbis would teach this kind of Torah in this kind of way that's taught in Berlin, in Lithuania, They would fire him immediately. That's the Rishon Salanter. But then he says, Mikol Makom, Halavai Sheyech Elki V'Gan Eden, Im HaGaon HaTzadik Rav Azriel Hildesheimer. Rav Salanter says, but he's doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing for his people and his place. And Halavai, would it be that my share in heaven would be like Rav Azriel Hildesheimer? And those are the kind of rabbis that we have to produce. Rabbis who are willing to burst forth with Torah and say, this is Torah that needs to be shared. And we realize that there are other places and other locations which want to be a little bit more closed and Lithuanian in their style. But this Torah has to get out. And we need the courage to be open and orthodox and modern and deliver this Torah. Our yeshiva is called Yeshivat Chovevei Torah, lovers of Torah, bringing the love of Torah to a world of Jews that is waiting to learn and live Torah, to a world of Jews and non-Jews that needs Torah and the moral and spiritual guidance it provides. The Torah is not just for the Beit HaMidrash, for the study hall, nor the synagogue, nor just for the beautiful communities that we have built. Torah is for the communities and individuals who have yet to find Torah, or have yet to find a Torah that is meaningful to them, that they can integrate into their lives. 14 years ago at Limud in England, I was with Rabbi Avi, and he was describing open orthodoxy and this open Orthodox yeshiva he's planning to launch. It was an approach to Torah learning where everything can be discussed and debated, a place that was non-judgmental and loving and supportive of its students. Through Rav Avi and the founders of the yeshiva's vision, and the work of our Rabbeim and students and supporters, open Orthodoxy has grown and deepened and is a reality throughout the world. And yet it continues to gain sustenance from the very deepest foundations of Judaism. Ki mitzion teitzei Torah. The Torah goes out from Zion. Teitzei, v'teitzei, v'teitzei. Open up the floodgates. Open them up to a world that is asking for Torah, and for the Torah of all students, of every great place of Jewish learning throughout the world. Modern, open, confident in our tradition, committed to our Masoret, and ready for Torah to guide us in life. We open ourselves to the world, and we open the world to Torah. Because Hashem did create a universe that is open and ready for those who love Torah. A world that is open and ready for our yeshiva, Yeshivat Chovevei Torah.